Welcome to the longest running quiz show in the area. Categories. High school students compete to answer questions on topics from art to science, history to current events. And now, here's your categories host, John Bartell.
Hi, welcome to Categories. Today we're going to bring you a great matchup between two strong teams, the Shawnee Mission South Raiders, coached by Todd Nafis, versus the Blue Valley North Mustangs, coached by Terry Sneathen. Let's go ahead and meet our contestants first from South.
Hi, my name is Josiah Swim, and I'm a senior.
Hi, I'm Anna, and I'm a junior.
Hi, I'm Joe Petty. I'm a senior.
Hi, I'm John. I'm a junior.
Hi, I'm Jack. I'm a junior.
And our competitors from North.
I'm Ganesh. I'm a senior.
I'm Chaden. I'm also a senior.
I'm Jack. I'm a senior.
I'm Ryan. I'm a junior.
I'm Yifang, and I'm a senior.
All right, here on Categories, in the first round, we will take turns answering questions. If a team answers correctly, they earn a point. If they answer incorrectly, the other team will get a chance to steal the category. We did a coin toss before we started taping. It was won by the Mustangs, so Blue Valley North. Here is the first category. It is current events. Student protesters at Princeton University asked that the name of which former U.S. president be removed from college buildings and programs because of his support for segregation. Ganesh.
Woodrow Wilson.
Woodrow Wilson, very good. Raiders, world geography. Most of the Earth's land area is in the northern hemisphere. What's the largest country entirely within the southern hemisphere? Josiah.
Australia.
It is Australia. Back to you, Mustangs. General knowledge is the category. To a real estate agent, what are the three most important factors in selling a home? Raiders, chance to steal this general knowledge question. To a real estate agent, what are the three most important factors in selling a home? Josiah.
Location, location, and location.
Those are the three. Very good. South, staying with you with fine arts, specifically theater. Name the female character who had family in the gangs in the musical West Side Story. Anna.
Maria.
It is Maria. North, business law is your category. It's a scenario. Mr. Sherman had a contract to do the electrical work in a subdivision. His work, however, was shabby, and in many cases, he didn't even run wire to certain fixtures. This failure to perform some of the terms of the agreement is known as what? Ganesh?
Negligence.
It is not negligence. Raiders, chance to steal this business law question. Mr. Sherman had a contract to do electrical work in a subdivision. His work, however, was shabby. In many cases, he didn't even run wire to certain fixtures. This failure to perform some of the terms of the agreement is known as what? It's a breach of contract. Breach of contract. Raiders, we are staying with you with literature. Name the Shakespearean tragedy which ends with the solemn lines, and I quote, "The oldest hath borne most. They that are young shall never see so much, nor live so long." Mustangs, chance to steal this literature category. Name the Shakespearean tragedy which ends with the solemn lines, "The oldest hath borne most. They that are young shall never see so much, nor live so long." Yifang?
King Lear.
It is King Lear. Nice job. Mustangs, we are staying with you with vocabulary. In the late 19th century, public buildings and townhouses were lighted by calcium light. The practice of using these lights for stage lighting gave rise to the common expression, which means to be the focus of public attention. What is that phrase? Ryan?
To be the spotlight.
It is not be in the spotlight. Raiders, chance to steal this vocabulary question. In the late 19th century, public buildings and townhouses were lighted by calcium light. The practice of using these lights for stage lighting gave rise to a common expression, which means to be the focus of public attention. What is that phrase? Anna?
In the limelight.
In the limelight. That's very... Raiders, staying with you. This time it's a physics question. What is the lifting effect of a fluid upon a body wholly or partially submerged in it? Anna?
Floating.
It is not floating. Mustangs, a chance to steal this physics category. What is the lifting effect of a fluid upon a body wholly or partially submerged in it? Yifong?
Buoyancy.
Buoyancy. North, staying with you with sports. The Joseph P. Kennedy Jr. Foundation in 1968 started the annual athletic competition whose motto is, "Let me win, but if I cannot win, let me be brave in the attempt." Name the event. Raiders, chance to steal this sports category. The Joseph P. Kennedy Jr. Foundation in 1968 started the annual athletic competition whose motto is, "Let me win, but if I cannot win, let me be brave in the attempt." Name the event. It is the Special Olympics. Special Olympics. Raiders, staying with you with a math question. If a 26-foot ladder is placed against a building 10 feet from its base, how far up the building will the ladder reach? John?
12 feet.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Mustangs, chance to steal this math category. If a 26-foot ladder is placed against the building 10 feet from its base, Ganesh?
24 feet.
24 feet. North, staying with you, another general knowledge question. What do Gregor Mendel and Dom Perignon have in common? Yifong?
Study of genetics.
I'm sorry, I cannot accept that. Raiders, chance to steal this general knowledge question. What do Gregor Mendel and Dom Perignon have in common? Joe?
Heredity.
I cannot accept heredity. They were both monks, is what we were looking for. They were both monks. South, we are staying with you with presidential history. The Warren Commission, which investigated the death of President Kennedy, was made up of some very prominent Americans. Which member of this commission later became president? Mustangs, chance to steal this presidential history question. The Warren Commission, which investigated the death of President Kennedy, was made up of some very prominent Americans. Which member of this commission later became president? Ganesh?
Nixon.
It is not Nixon. It was Ford, Gerald Ford. North, coming back to you, or staying with you actually, with fine arts painters. The motionless figures in the 17th century Dutch artist's timeless still life world do not seem frozen, but very much alive in the ingeniously lighted interior scenes. One of his best loved works, An Artist in His Studio. Name this Dutch artist. Yvonne?
Rembrandt.
It is not Rembrandt. Raiders, chance to steal this fine arts painter's question. The motionless figures in this 17th century Dutch artist's timeless still life do not seem frozen, but very much alive in the ingeniously lighted interior scenes. One of his best loved works, An Artist in His Studio. Name this Dutch artist. It is Jan Vermeer. Raiders, we are staying with you with a vocabulary, specifically business vocabulary. What is a record of goods on hand? Josiah?
An inventory?
It's an inventory. Very good. Blue Valley North, literature is your category. It's identifying a character from literature. Identify the heavy, nearsighted boy whose glasses are used to start fires in The Lord of the Flies. Raiders, chance to steal this literature question. Identify this character. It's a heavy, nearsighted boy whose glasses are used to start fires in... Joe.
Piggy.
It is Piggy. Raiders, staying with you with a science biology question. Give the names of the two slender tubes that carry the egg from the ovary to the uterus.
Fallopian tubes.
I'm sorry, Jack?
Fallopian tubes.
Fallopian tubes. Very good. Mustangs, coming back to you with another biology question. The adrenal gland secretes adrenaline. What does the sublingual gland secrete? Time on that. Raiders, chance to steal this biology question. The adrenal gland secretes adrenaline. What does the sublingual gland secrete? John?
Saliva.
That is saliva. Raiders, vocabulary is your category. Poe wrote the purloined letter. What does purloin mean? Time on that. Mustangs, chance to steal this vocabulary question. Poe wrote the purloined letter. What does purloin mean? Jack?
Stolen.
Stolen. Very good. Staying with you, Mustangs, inventors is the category. Name the American inventor who in 1852 built the first mechanical elevator with an adequate safety guard to keep it from falling if the cable were severed. Ganesh?
Pullman.
It is not Pullman. Raiders, chance to steal this inventors category. Name the American inventor who in 1852 built the first mechanical elevator with an adequate safety guard to keep it from falling if the cables were severed. Josiah.
Was it Otis?
It is Otis, yes. Raiders, staying with you, world history is the category. After the only ultimately successful slave uprising in the New World, which Caribbean country gained its independence from Anna?
Haiti.
It is Haiti. Very good. And with that correct response, we are going into halftime with a score. Shawnee Mission South 10, Blue Valley North 5. In this part of our program, we go to a member of each team as they will give us a campus update about what is happening at their particular school. And Josiah, you are giving us the update for the Raiders. So what's happening at Shawnee Mission South?
All right, so we're starting our play Miracle on 34th Street this Wednesday. Winter sports officially start this week with our first basketball game happening on Friday. And we are studying really hard for finals, which are 9 school days away. And we finished our canned food drive before Thanksgiving break, and we collected over 12,000 cans.
Wow, 12,000. Is that the actual cans, or is that money and everything raised for that?
I think it's the actual cans.
Wow, that's a lot of cans. All right, and it looks like, Ryan, you were giving us the update for the Mustangs. What's happening at Blue Valley North?
We are just starting our musical. We're starting practice for the musical, which is big. We are also starting our sports season. Basketball for boys and girls, swimming, wrestling are all starting pretty soon. Not much is going on around school.
All right, it's kind of that lull. Are you guys studying for finals as well?
Yeah.
All right, good deal. Now, is the musical big? Is it kind of based on the Tom Hanks movie?
Yes, it's based
very
on
cool.
the movie.
All right. As we head into our second half, it is our lightning round, and as tradition here on Categories, we will start with our look and listen question, which is worth 2 points. We will be showing it to you at home, and we have a monitor here in the studio for our contestants here. And once again, students, if we once someone rings in, we cannot rewind the video. We have to go from where it is stopped. So here we go. Look and listen question, hands on the buzzers. Name the social dance performed here. Time on that. That was a minuet. A minuet. A early form of square dancing, obviously. All right, as we head into the remainder of our lightning round, questions are placed on the floor for either team to answer. If a team responds correctly, they do earn a point. If they respond incorrectly, the other team still does get a chance to steal. So here we go. Both teams, general knowledge is the category. Name the letter of the alphabet that is most often used to represent the signature of an illiterate person. Josiah.
X.
X, very good. Current events for both teams. Name the European city that was put on the highest terror alert, closing schools. Anna.
Paris.
I cannot accept that. Mustangs. You have a chance to steal this current events question. Name the European city that was put on highest terror alert, closing schools and public transportation for days while conducting a massive security sweep. Ryan.
Brussels.
Brussels was what we were looking for. Both teams, science, chemistry for both teams. What substance does the formula HCHO represent? It is formaldehyde. Formaldehyde. Literature for both teams. From Death of a Salesman, how many sons? Joe?
4.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Mustangs, chance to steal this literature question. From Death of a Salesman, how many sons does Willie Loman have? Ganesh?
2.
It is 2. Artists for both teams. He defined painting as the task of giving corporal shape to 3 dimensions of a flat surface. Who was this Renaissance artist? Ganesh?
Da Vinci.
Da Vinci, very good. Science for both teams. It belongs to the footless fishes. It is common in freshwater and in the Atlantic Ocean. Its young are called elvers. It's a long, slender fish whose varieties include congers and morays. Joe?
Eels.
It is eels. U.S. geography. It's a list of items here, so please pay attention. Pierpont Morgan Library, American Museum of Natural History, the Cloisters, Whitney Museum of American Art, Guggenheim Museum, Museum of Modern Art, and Metropolitan Museum of Art. Where are all these located? John?
New York City.
New York City. Vocabulary for both teams. An ablation is a removal, A-B-L-A-T-I-O-N. What is an ablution, A-B-L-U-T-I? Ganesh?
A cleansing.
A cleansing. U.S. history for both teams. In the war between the states, these names will always be remembered. Bull Run, Cold Harbor, Chancellorsville, Malvern Hill. All of these are in what state? Ganesh?
Virginia.
They are all in Virginia. U.S. geography, another geography question. According to the American Highway Users Alliance, which city is home of the freeway interchange with the worst traffic delays in the nation? That interchange is on Ventura Freeway and Interstate 405. John?
Los Angeles.
It is Los Angeles. Another geography question, specifically states. Cotton is Texas' leading crop, but not the leading source of farm income. What brings in the bucks for Texas farmers? Ganesh?
Cattle.
Cattle. Science, specifically astronomy for both teams. What fraction of the moon's surface is in sunlight during any given phase? Anna?
Half.
Half. Sports for both teams. Which of the following schools does not call its college football team the Bulldogs? Is it Cincinnati, Georgia, Mississippi State, or Yale? Ganesh?
Cincinnati.
Cincinnati. They are the Bearcats. Criminal law is the next category. Experience has shown that all of the motives in arson cases, the most common motive is intimidation, revenge, economic gain, or concealment of a crime. Yifeng?
Economic gain.
Economic gain, very good. General knowledge for both teams. Which subject are you studying if you are learning literally about the drawing or writing of the earth? John?
Geography.
Geography. World geography, speaking of geography, is the next category. The oldest university in the New World was founded in 1551. It's Universidad de San Marcos, situated in what South American city? Ryan?
Lima, Peru.
It is Lima, Peru. U.S. history, quotations. Who made the acute observation that fish and visitors smell in 3 days? Ryan?
Benjamin Franklin.
Benjamin Franklin. World history for both teams. Hitler got his start in what southern German state? Ganesh?
Bavaria.
Bavaria. And with that correct response, you've evened up the score at 16 apiece. World geography for both teams. What substance covers 95% of the 5th largest continent? John?
Sand.
It is not sand. Mustangs, you have a chance to steal this world geography category. What substance covers 95% of the 5th largest continent? Ganesh?
Ice.
It is ice. Movies for both teams. Name the film in which Alfred Hitchcock displayed his technical skill by confining all of the action to the space of a tiny vessel adrift on an ocean. Lifeboat. Lifeboat was the name. Literature for both teams. Ernest Hemingway won great acclaim for his 1929 story of a soldier's love for a nurse. What is the title of this book? Ryan?
A Farewell to Arms.
A Farewell to Arms is correct. Geography, specifically landmarks for both teams. It is known as Faneuil Hall and nicknamed the Cradle of Liberty. Where is this structure located? Ryan?
Boston, Massachusetts.
It is Boston. Very good. General knowledge for both teams. Who was the first doctor to specialize in both pediatrics and psychiatry? Ganesh?
Sigmund Freud.
It is not Freud. Raiders, chance to steal this general knowledge question. Who was the first doctor to specialize in both pediatrics and psychiatry? Benjamin Spock. Benjamin Spock. History, another famous quotation. Terminological inexactitude was Winston Churchill's eloquent, if euphemistic definition of what? John?
Collateral damage?
Not collateral damage. Mustangs, chance to steal this famous quotation. Terminological inexactitude was Winston Churchill's eloquent way or euphemistic definition of what? Ganesh?
The Soviet Union.
It is not the Soviet Union. It's just his definition of a lie. World geography for both teams. Harlem, of course, is a section of New York City. But where in Europe is there another such city called Harlem? John?
The Netherlands?
The Netherlands. Very good. Math for both teams. How many 2-ounce hamburgers can be made from 3 pounds of meat? Ganesh?
24.
24. Science for both teams. Identify the isotopes of hydrogen with twice and 3 times the mass of ordinary hydrogen. Jack?
Deuterium and tritium.
Those are the two. Very good. With that, you have opened up a little bit of a lead here. Blue Valley North 21, Shawnee Mission South 17. Next category is physics. What device is used to change the voltage of alternating currents? Yifong?
Transformer.
It is a transformer. U.S. history. Called the most famous duel in American history. It took place at Weehawken, New Jersey, July 11th, 1804. Who fought in that duel? Ganesh?
Alexander Hamilton and Aaron Burr.
Those are the two. General knowledge for both teams. About 1/3 of all United States books are published in what city? John?
New York.
It is New York. Children's literature. Identify Dr. Seuss's gullible elephant who was tricked by lazy... Anna?
Horton.
It is Horton. Spelling for both teams. The definition of this is a blessing at the end of a religious service. Spell benediction. Jack.
Benedictio.
That is correct. Government for both teams. The Icelandic legislature is called the Althing. What institution is governed by the Curia? Yifeng?
The law.
I cannot accept that. Raiders, chance to steal this government question. The Icelandic legislature is called the Althing. What institution is governed by the Curia? It's the Vatican. The Vatican. And with that siren, that does denote the end of our contest, with Blue Valley North coming out on top with a score of 24 to Shawnee Mission South 19. Please join us again next time here on Categories as we will continue to bring you the best and brightest minds of high school students all throughout Johnson County.